So, hello and welcome back to you, wherever you are. Thank you very much for dropping by or tuning in. This is interesting stuff, the homeschool educational supplement where we tackle topics that other people avoid, maybe because they just don't fit in to any normal category. And today we are looking at the megalodon. So, this was one of the world's largest prehistoric predators. In fact, the megalodon was so big that it could eat whales for breakfast. So big, in fact, that its teeth were larger than a human adult hand. Now, how scary is that? The mighty megalodon would, in fact, make the modern day great white shark just look like a chewy toy. It's estimated that these beasts reached up to 18 meters in length and were armed with around 276 teeth. That's quite a lot. So the mighty megalodon is believed to have navigated the world's oceans during the Neogene period. When was that, I hear you ask? Well, the Neogene period encompasses the interval between 23 million and 2.6 million years ago. Basically, a very, 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 very long time ago. And Neogene, which means newborn, was designated as such to emphasize that the marine and terrestrial fossils found in that strata of this time were very closely related. And the name Megalodon literally translates as big tooth, and the species certainly lived up to its name. Its teeth could grow up to 18 centimeters and were arranged in 5 separate rows. This, along with its sheer mass and bite force, made it the most deadly predator known to ever swim in the seas. An average megalodon would need to consume around a ton of food per day to maintain its 60-plus ton weight. And on its mega menu were whales, seals, and fish that included other sharks. And like other shark species, megalodons don't just feast on fresh prey, they also were scavengers, picking up the bits and pieces left by other predators in the sea. If the remains of another creature floated by, the megalodon was not one to turn his nose up at a good meal. Now, it's believed that a lot of these creatures actually lived in the Mediterranean Sea area, but that wasn't the only hunting region for these mega sharks. Evidence of their predatory presence has also been found across the globe's warmer waters, from the coasts of North and South America to the far reaches of the Indian Ocean. During the megalodon's prime, it dominated intercontinental waters as an apex predator. Now, it's often said that modern-day great white sharks are smaller, living fossils of the once magnificent megalodon. Unfortunately, the paleontologists trying to understand the truth about the great white's heritage have only limited resources available to them. So there's a lot of guesswork going on in some areas of history. And as historians argue about what happened 20 or 30 years ago, I think looking back 20, 30 million years ago or even further, it's a lot of guesswork. But I guess we do the best we can. And so the fossilized dental records of these mega sharks are scattered all across the world, each fragment of a tooth an indicator of a shark's size, shape, diet, and ancestry. Like modern-day sharks, the megalodon's body was predominantly made up of cartilage, not bone. Unlike bone, cartilage is rarely preserved in sediment over millennia, so we don't find whole fossilized sharks in the same way that we find dinosaurs and other animals. However, their centra, the main part of the vertebrae or spine, can sometimes become calcified and preserved, and that leaves us some evidence of what happened a long, long time ago. And with their size and their speed and their mass and their giant teeth, they seemed invincible. However, the megalodon could not fight off the forces of Mother Nature. The demise of these behemoths around 2.6 million years ago is believed to have been the result of several contributing factors. As climatic temperatures became cooler, megalodons moved to warmer waters to hunt and reproduce. However, their prey species, such as primitive baleen whales, were moving away from tropical waters, thereby reducing the availability of food. It's also been suggested that megalodons faced competition from the ancient ancestors of the killer whale, which were able to sustain themselves on smaller prey due to their smaller size. And my word, there must have been some crazy, what do we call them, mammals, fish, animals, dinosaurs swimming around in the sea at that point in time. What a crazy place the planet must have been. Quite happy we don't have them here now. Well, hopefully we don't have them now. Anyway, although the megalodon may have been wiped from the face of the planet, our fascination with this ferocious fish has not gone extinct. There are those who believe the beast is still lurking in the ocean depths, and some have even claimed to have spotted them. In his 1963 book, Sharks and Rays of Australian Seas, Australian naturalist David Steed relayed a tale from a group of fishermen who in 1918 claimed to have seen a giant shark that could only be compared to the megalodon. You know what I think? I think there's a lot of tall tales. I think there's a lot of stories. There's a lot of myths. There's a lot of legends. We don't really know. Maybe they saw something. Maybe they didn't. I tend to think they probably didn't, because I imagine it would have been more common to see things. Anyway, nowadays we all have cameras in our pockets. So if we do see something, we can snap a quick picture or take a little video. At least that gives us some evidence. But it's still all good for the entertainment industry, as quite a few blockbuster films have been based on the story of the megalodon. You want some examples? Here are some examples of sharks on the big screen. 1975 saw the movie Jaws, a classic produced by Steven Spielberg. And there were quite a few sequels, I think, as well, which just got even more bizarre. In 2018, there was The Meg. Thought to be extinct, this film brings the megalodon back to life as it emerges from the deep and kills off a fair few of the main characters. In 2016, there was The Shallows, arguably one of the most intense and suspense-filled shark movies of all time. The Shallows superbly depicts the sheer predatory prowess of the great white. Yep, you need to watch that one. Then, 2010, Mega Shark and Crocosaurus. I'm sorry, what a title. What an amazing title. Why not have two giant beasts fighting with each other? Yeah, great popcorn material. This preposterous film reveals the havoc that a battle between two ridiculously massive monsters could cause. Yay. And in 2011, there was Sand Sharks, which was excellent as a piece of unintentional comedy. This film shows sharks as they have never been seen before, cruising through sand, yes, sand, before devouring an unsuspecting beachgoer in one huge gulp. Yay! Watch that and it'll make you not ever want to go to the beach again. You thought you were safe out of the water? Sorry, but no. Anyway, back to reality. Although much remains unknown about the megalodon, it's still a fantastic bit of history to ponder over. What do you think? How big was it? How was life way back then? Must have been crazy on this planet. Hard to imagine. Have you been close to a shark? There are sharks around here where I live, actually. There are sharks out there in the sea. I've never got up close to one, and I don't really want to. I've seen dolphins, though. Apparently you can tell the difference by the shape of the fin. But if I see any kind of fin, I just want to hightail it in the opposite direction. I'm not waiting around. I don't know. Maybe you're more adventurous than me. Maybe you'd stick out there and see what it is. Anyway, that's our installment for today. I hope that this was interesting and entertaining for you. If you would like me to cover a different topic, get in touch and let me know. Remember, there's always a few extra questions under the video to refresh your memory on the facts of the topic. And once again, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I wish you a fantastic day. Have a great one. Take care.